I hear the girl moaning and like clear, distinct slapping noises.
You
I can
ever
hear when it
have
starts.
you ever
I can
gotten
hear when it
into a
ends.
heated game of patty cake? Wait, what were you talking about again? I forgot.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Forgettable, the show that will make you forget where you are, what you were doing, and why you started listening in the first place. My name is Freedom, and I am today's host. Joining me today are my two very illustrious friends, Enyo and Crow. So, what's going on, boys?
Nothing much. Quick
Not
update
much.
from me. I'm not getting evicted.
Oh
Let's
yeah, I forgot to ask about
go.
that.
Honestly, kind
Oh
of disappointed. That would
yeah,
that would be kind of fucking funny.
was looking forward to the McDonald's bathroom streams.
Yeah, yeah. Quick. Basically, I called. I paid it right that night. I called, and they were like, "Oh no! Like we just had to do that." And I was like, "Yeah, no, I had a heart attack." I was like, y'all are kidding, right? I was like, yeah, I've been on time for 3 years. And they're like, no, we just have to do that. And she said that a lot of people missed the payment. And I was like, oh, well, it was the 4th. And it was like a weird holiday in the middle of the week, like right on the day that you were supposed to pay, or like a day after or something. I guess people just forgot. So yeah. Good news. I'm okay.
Awesome.
Well, that is great news. I am happy to hear that. Kind of sad that we don't get some content out of that. Would have loved to see an Enyo like moving stream. You know, that would have been great content to see. What about
Moving live stream.
yeah. Well, he could have made like, he could have streamed his move. He could have made shorts out of it. Getting that getting the sympathy clicks, you know?
I survived 12 hours on the streets.
You know, I really could have milked that and just like made a short of me with a box underneath a highway overpass.
Getting
Well,
evicted?
well, we talked about that. Was that on podcast?
Yes.
Or was that
Yes.
off podcast of evicted stream of
Uh,
homeless
that
We
was
stream?
floated
that
it on
was
the
on.
podcast.
Yeah. It was a pretty decent sized chunk of my hosting.
Well, I'm disappointed we don't get to see that sympathy content, you know.
I also have some news. I don't know if I said it in the last one, but the last one actually got the update. Our artist Queenie recently made us like a new thumbnail and a new little cute gif of our, I guess, what do you call that? Like our character.
They're
Squishmallows.
squishmallows.
Well,
Do
I
you
know
not
they're
have
squishmallows.
squishmallows?
I mean, what's that when you have like a personality that's like an animal, not a furry, but
A fur soda?
You're describing
like a
a
persona.
persona.
That's a furry.
Okay,
That's a
well,
furry, bro.
Queenie put the
That's a
pen
persona.
on the paper and drew us up some squish personas.
She also drew a girl with no bottoms on.
This is
Okay,
true.
that's-
This is true. She is. If you want to hit her up for commission, I believe she is opening up her commissions
For money. For money.
For money.
For money.
Yeah, it's strictly for money.
Pay her money, please.
She's scared to sign that contract of, to the furry community, but damn, do they pay good.
She has to sign a contract. You seem more integrated with the furry community than we are. Like you're dropping a lot of bombs here that I had no idea.
No, I saw a meme that was like this animator was just like, "Oh yeah, I love to draw," and then it was like the furry like community was just like, "Hey, I'll pay you," and they were like, "I guess I'm going to the dark side."
Kind of think of it. It is a little ironic that we're making fun of like furries and all that stuff and like fursonas when literally you're Crow, he's Enyo Hawk, and I'm Freedom Bird.
What's your point?
And all of us are represented by animals.
What's your point? What's your point, bro?
Yeah, but birds aren't animals. Birds are dinosaurs.
What's a
That's
dinosaur?
a valid
Enyo?
point. Something not in the Bible.
Exactly.
Anyways, did you have anything you wanted to say aside from uh spreading the good word of Jesus Christ?
I bought a Steam Deck.
Oh, you
Oh,
bought a Steam
hey,
Deck?
that's
Yeah.
what's
Is
up.
that the handheld thing?
Yes, it is a handheld thing. It's if you want to be a PC gamer without a PC, you buy a Steam Deck.
I
It's
should probably get that.
ridiculous, and I bought the top tier one for the Steam Summer Sale.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I've played Elden Ring on it so far. It's
Eh,
good.
How does it run?
Uh,
Is it good?
it actually runs pretty well. It's definitely going to take some getting used to. I'm used to like the Xbox controller for Elden Ring,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. Is it more like a Switch?
it is it is more like a Switch than my PC is, definitely.
Right.
Um,
Because the controllers are on the side, like a Switch,
yeah,
right?
the buttons are on the side, but it also has these like back buttons that you can hit
Yeah.
with your middle and ring fingers, which are very handy.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
my Xbox controller has that. The I mean,
Well,
you've
you're a
seen it,
sweat,
right?
so
Yeah, my Elite version 2 controller
yeah.
that's red
Okay,
and black
okay,
with
yes,
back
I get
paddles and
it. I
adjustable
get it. You're a
thumbsticks.
gamer.
And
You're a gamer.
adjustable thumbsticks.
Yeah, I went all out. I went all out on that, but following that same sort of train, I bought a PS5 the other week, which I have not yet been able to fucking play. I
Is it
bought it
sitting
3
somewhere? And
weeks ago. It's it's sitting at my desk, plugged into my monitor, and I have not had the time to turn it on.
bro, why are you killing yourself
That's just
for
so sad.
not being able to play PS5?
Well, okay, so I finally had like time booked out to be able to play it, right? And I was so excited because I was going to play Final Fantasy 16. Uh,
Hmm.
and I went to go load it up. I went to put my headset on, and I went, "Fuck, this for my Xbox." And then it didn't transfer over because apparently PS5 doesn't do Bluetooth or something. Or at least it doesn't connect to like that Bluetooth. So I went to go order a freaking headset. This is the most boring story on the planet, but I went to order a headset, so I could use it for both. And then after about 7 days of me not being able to play my PS5 during this entire time, by the way, after 7 days, Amazon messaged me and said, "Yeah, it's undeliverable. Sorry, bro." So
Undeliverable?
that's the story.
What does
Anyways,
that even mean?
I don't know.
Does that
I've
mean he
gotten
couldn't
numerous
find your
packages.
house or what?
I genuinely don't know. Like I have gotten so many packages from Amazon, and then I just get a message, I get an email, and they go, "Hey, yeah, sorry, we're not gonna deliver your headset. Sucks to suck."
Did they refund it?
They said I should get one in like 10 days or something, but it hasn't come in yet, and it's
Oh,
been
they
like
just
3.
shipped another one. I bet either it went missing or that driver just copped that bitch.
Dude, I was so sad. I got it. It was on freaking sale, and this is the most boring thing on the planet. Like last episode was becoming adults. This is like the most adult conversation on the planet. Being excited for fucking Amazon Prime Day and getting a headset for cheap, and then it just didn't even come. And now I'm talking about being upset at the customer service of Amazon. God.
Oh, I mean, I have had some interesting things like that where packages just go missing, but typically they're really good. And it's kind of shocking when they lose something that's like real big, or maybe you
Hmm.
want to return something. I've had a couple times where it's like moderately expensive, and they're just like, oh, don't even bother returning it. Like, we'll just send
Damn.
another one. Like, if something's broken, I'm like, this was $100. They're like, yeah, we don't care. We make too much money.
Well, that's that Jeff Bezos money, Is that the one that's gonna fight Elon?
I heard about that on the radio, and
Or is that Zuckerberg?
oh,
Zuck
it
is.
was Zuck.
Because Bezos would clear both of them,
You think
clearly.
so?
Oh, 100%.
Oh, wait, he like bikes and shit. He's like super fit,
Well,
isn't he?
Bezos literally has like a 6-pack.
I
Oh,
saw an image of the Zuck standing next to two of the people who
Yeah,
trained him. I don't remember their
the UFC
names,
fighters.
but they were like UFC fighters.
Hmm. He's taking it seriously.
My money is on Zuck.
so this is a real thing.
Oh, it's
This
a
is
real
a real
thing.
thing.
We're living in this timeline.
Wow.
Dude, can you
So
imagine the net worth in that ring?
Yeah, I mean, if one of them like dies, that's a lot.
Yeah, that could literally crush a country's economy if one of them dies in the ring.
Yeah, I mean, think
Equalize
about
the
all the
nation.
people that Elon gave. Well, I guess he's not. He doesn't control it all. These are all companies that can run fine just without him. Think about Twitter. It's just going to collapse.
Oh
Well, that
no,
might be a good thing.
Twitter collapsing. Oh no,
To all
that'd be
the
terrible.
avid Twitter users, I'm sorry, but I don't know about you guys, but I do not use it.
Well, I use it mainly during the football season,
Okay, I can see
right?
that.
Because I get sports updates.
I did use it for the finance markets because a lot of like finance
Because you're a crypto
people,
bro.
yeah, a lot of crypto bros
Okay,
would post stuff like
Freedom,
that.
calm down. You literally fantasize about other men during football season.
Whoa.
Calm down.
Where did that come from? Jesus.
You told me this. You told me you do your little fantasy football roster and you place your guys in there like
Well,
little
yeah,
dolls.
I have
Is
my
that
dream
not
team.
fantasizing about other men?
I have my dream team. I have my
You dream
entire
about them. He
my
dreams about them.
entire
He dreams
room.
about other men.
I do. Wait, and what's wrong with that? What's wrong with that, Crow? Explain to me.
I feel like it's not as bad as
Nothing.
how bad the crypto
Yeah.
bro kind of thing went, especially with like the people who would do penny stocks and how they took.
Bro, you ever heard of Bored
Twitter.
Ape? You ever heard of Bored Ape, bro?
Bored Ape?
NFTs are the future.
Oh, yeah, I think that's over now. I think now it's AI.
Well, AI you
Yeah,
can't trade.
it's just a new buzzword. Nobody understands it. It's just they like
Yeah.
to say it.
I'll tell you what, it sure as shit saved the tech market. The amount of money going into the tech market right now is, I was like, wait, what? I thought everybody was like hurting real bad. Nope. Everybody's throwing money into
No.
this stuff.
So the tech market is not flourishing because AI. The tech market is flourishing because they fired or laid off all the people that they didn't need, and now they're operating at the correct amount of efficiency now. That's why it's flourishing. You know, all of this was actually like something that I've been like seeing and like following. So the reason behind like offices having those return to work mandates,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's not because they want you in office and it's cost effective for the company from like an operation standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
It's because they hired too many people. And by giving a return to office directive, it makes it to where some people will quit of their own volition. So that way they don't have to.
So you're talking about all the Twitter drama was just a big ploy to thin out like the bullshit that was on payroll?
Yeah, it was exactly. It was to thin out people that they hired in excess that they could cut so they could like try to make even.
I did read a lot of stuff on when Elon was kind of flushing out and just basically exposing how bad Twitter was ran, that just
Yeah.
like they were paying for the stupidest shit.
Well, did you see the day in the life of a Twitter employee video that was made?
I did not.
Well, so the person that made the video like shot what their day-to-day looks like, right? And for a solid probably 7 hours out of the 8-hour workday, I'd venture to say 7.5, they were just walking around the office and like enjoying the scenery and like just chilling. Like they would go into meeting rooms and they said, yeah, I just really like the vibe. I don't really have to do anything in here. And they'd go down to like the little museum exhibit of like the Twitter history and all that. And they'd, did you
God, I love
guys
when
get
you
a nice
swallow.
little
I love
swallow
when you
there?
swallow.
Yeah, I we're gonna need a reel. We're gonna need like a counter at some point, and then we're gonna have to combine all of my swallows into a short, so that way we can get a nice little ASMR
Yeah.
Okay,
going.
got you.
I still want to be in the ASMR category.
It's in the book.
That's one of my goals with this podcast.
Okay.
But yeah, they basically posted what their day-to-day looked like, and it was just so much bullshit that she didn't do any amount of work for the entire day on her day in the life working in Twitter.
Good God. I mean, I remember the ads for like working for Google that you would like take the little Google car and go get groceries while you're on
Yeah.
payroll. And we were all, or, oh, work is too stressful. Go relax in the pod and get a massage.
It was stuff like that. Yeah.
Despicable.
Despicable. Companies having like great amenities, you know? Well, that's another thing. Okay, this really is turning into a crotchety old man podcast. But companies only provide those amenities so they can justify paying you less.
I'm sorry, what?
Was that too based?
What is, you said AMSR?
What?
What's the acronym?
ASMR?
Oh, ASMR.
ASMR. I'm sorry.
You're still stuck on that?
Wait,
I was
where's your brain right
I
now?
was making a note to put that in a tag because Freedom wanted
No,
it.
no. We're not supposed to be in the ASMR category.
Well, now we are.
Unless
both.
you want to talk like this for the rest of the podcast.
Not really. It really hurts me
Okay.
or turns me on. I don't know.
Oh. You know, hurting sometimes does that.
Okay, then.
Hurting sometimes helps.
But
Masochist.
yeah. If that was too based of a topic, we can shift into
Can I interject here for a minute?
Go ahead.
I am currently telling my dad how to log into my HBO Max for like the third time in 6 months.
What'd you try
Yeah.
to watch this time?
I don't know, but I've showed him how to do this and where it is like 3 times. And
I
I
don't
just wanted
understand that. Your dad is very smart and
I know,
works
but
in the technology.
it's not that he's not smart, it's just he forgets that he has HBO Max periodically.
Mm.
And it's so funny actually. Like he'll come back to me and just ask, "Hey, I have HBO Max, right?" I'm like, "Yes, it's in your Roku. It's right there." And it's like, "Oh, okay." And then 3 months go by. Do I have HBO Max? How do I get HBO Max? I'm like, "You have HBO Max. It's in your TV."
Your dad's just trying to talk to you, man.
No, that's not what it
He
is.
really doesn't care about HBO Max. He's just trying to like talk to you.
He just wants to talk to his son.
Now you're making me sad.
Yeah. He just misses you, man.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I mean, my dad will send me like memes sometimes, you know? And then afterwards just like, "Hey, how you doing?" You know? Because he wants to chat.
I
That's
told
fair, I
my dad
suppose.
that Netflix finally cracked down on us and kicked us out. My dad just said LOL. That was it.
Tough.
LOL, get good.
Yeah.
So now you got to pay for it.
I have not yet. I'm being stubborn, but
See, I'm in the same category. There's a new doc that came out on Netflix about some of the NFL quarterbacks from this past season that I really want to watch, but I really don't want to pay for it because I'm kicked off too.
oh, it got you too.
Yeah.
They kept warning and warning and warning. I was like, well, I guess it doesn't apply. And then all of a sudden it was like, oh no, we detected that and I was like, oh, they got us.
That's so tough.
All right, well, Crunchyroll it is. Only anime now.
the only thing that Netflix kicking you off did is just make you more of a weeb.
Pretty much.
Damn.
It forced my weebism.
Netflix has not gotten to me yet.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
have
I
good
think-
shows every now and then.
They've got Bridgerton.
Yeah, but I don't think I don't
think
know. I
it's
feel
that
like
good.
I'm not missing out too much, but maybe I am. I don't know. There was a lot of Netflix like specials or Netflix made things that I really did like. Yeah, an anime that I really liked was Devilman Crybaby.
Devilman Crybaby.
It's very NSFW. So viewer be
Oh, yeah?
warned, but it's very like lots of emotions, it's a good watch. I liked it, but gosh,
What's
Well-
it called?
Devilman Crybaby.
Oh, that's on my list, I think.
Yeah, it's a good one, and I watched it twice.
Well, another good Netflix one too that I didn't get around to watching, but I've been like trying to, is Cyberpunk. Apparently, I
Oh,
heard
that one's really good. You'll like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've
I'll
watched
like it.
it. Yeah, I think Queenie's
Well-
watched it twice. she
Well-
really liked that one.
I need a new like anime that I can like, because so here's my rule is that I will watch one anime at a time, right? I'm
the
not going
same
to
way.
cross the barrier into full weeb yet, where that's like the media that I consistently consume. But right now, I'm still on Attack on Titan. But the Attack on Titan season 4, part 3.
Part 3, part 1, or whatever.
Yeah, part 3. Well, this is the last part.
Yeah.
Of the 2-hour finale question mark is going to come this fall. You know,
Oh, yeah.
so
Yeah,
I
I'm waiting for
still
it.
have that one show
Mm-hmm.
that I need to finish out before I start another one.
But
And I
like,
want to see Full Metal, but
Full
I
Metal's a good
just
one.
finished Full Metal. Yeah.
What'd you
good.
think of the ending?
Brotherhood.
Yeah, Brotherhood,
Specifically.
obviously.
The ending was good. It tied everything together. Everything felt fulfilled. Everyone's arc was good and gratifying.
I liked it
I,
too.
I feel like everybody got what they wanted.
It's pretty sad though.
The
The payoffs for everything that was set up felt really earned.
the one, and this isn't even a critique of it. I heard that Full Metal Brotherhood is consistently good, but they don't really cross into the like stratosphere of like spectacular, while other shows aren't as consistently good, but they're some of the best episodes like in anime overall, and things like Demon Slayer or like Attack on Titan, but like they have some of that filler, you know.
That's fair. I will say that Brotherhood it can get slow at times. There were definitely
Yeah.
times I came back to it and I was like, "What the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
Who are these? What is everyone's motivations? I don't remember. Whose side are these people on?"
Yeah, I'm rewatching it right now.
Yeah, they're like really hype episodes of other animes that I go back to specifically. I couldn't point
Mhm.
to a really hype episode of Brotherhood, but overall, it's a very strong anime.
Yeah,
I think your
like-
assessment there is accurate.
Like I in my mind have like a list of like the episodes on Attack on Titan that I always go back to, you know, because they
Mhm.
just like hit so hard.
Yeah,
But like I've heard that that's not the same that transfers.
I used Attack on Titan as my cardio anime, and I'd watch it and do
Your cardio anime?
Yeah, it was not good because during the slow parts, I was really struggling to do hit cardio, where I'm like stepping up my intensity and then lowering my intensity, and then during fight scenes, I'd forget to lower
Yeah.
my intensity.
Oh yeah.
And I just like power through, and I'm like, oh my god, I've been at this for like 5 minutes. I need to stop.
Well, dude, I used to do the like soccer exercise, right? Because my friend that I went to the rec with was like previously a soccer player. And so we do soccer cardio. And that is a 20 to 25-minute run. And then you end it with a 1 to 2 minute sprint,
Jesus.
right? Like just no breaks. And so we would do that. And I would consistently, this was around the time of when Into the Spider-Verse came out. And there's one song, it's called Start a Riot on that playlist. And I would just listen to that for the full time, just full on sprinting, you know? Because
On
it's like,
repeat?
it's one of those songs that, yeah, it's one of those songs that makes you want to like run, you know? And you just don't even realize you're tired.
I've done that with some Corpse songs.
Some Corpse, like
You ever
Corpse
heard of
Husband?
Corpse? Yeah.
Corpse Husband, dude.
Yeah, some of those are just like, all right. I'm not
So-
even listening to the song. I am just
Yeah.
ready to kill it.
You're just a full-on e-boy at this point.
I think he turned me. It was just that deep gravelly voice.
Have you ever done weights? Have you ever lifted to BFG from the Doom soundtrack?
Yes.
Or BFG Division.
Yes. Also check out Wolfenstein has some fire tracks. I think literally just the loading screen of Wolfenstein will make you want to go shoot some Nazis.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
It's a good game. I recommend it.
So since we're on the topic of e-boys, degeneracy, all that sort of things, right? What we're going to be talking about today leans into those aspects a little bit. It can lean into it, but also just general societal things, right? So the topic for today's podcast does revolve around degeneracy. Those things that you look around and you're like, why would you do that? You know, just like you cringe a little bit whenever you see it. But all of us do some of these things, right? Like a small example, right, from my personal life. I will buy like, orange juice from the store, all of that stuff. You got to get that vitamin C, and I'll just drink it straight from the bottle, Like I won't put it in like a cup or anything like that because I'm the only one that drinks it.
Mm-hmm.
But like other people, you see in like popular media and stuff like that, like whenever the person drinks out the milk carton, you're like, God, what is that guy doing? But like all of us do it.
I feel like it's a dad move.
The dad move.
Yeah,
Where's my
you-
son?
You always see it. Well, no, I guess also like teenager. You always see it in like movies and stuff where the teenager
Mhm.
like runs out and drinks from the milk and the mom yells at him.
That's
I'll drink
true.
from the milk in my house, but like, no one's gonna yell at me because it's my house.
Yeah.
I'm the only one drinking the milk.
That's true.
Yeah, it's exactly. I'm the only one who drinks from that bottle. So it's
Yeah.
not like I need to put it in a cup.
However, you are
Save
a
it up.
degenerate for doing that, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
If you were
Now-
sharing the space, you would be.
Oh yeah, if I was sharing the space, I wouldn't do that like ever, But because it's my bottle.
But those jugs aren't designed for like a sip.
Oh,
It's not as
absolutely
easy.
not.
Like you're definitely possibly making it more dangerous of a task of you spilling that all over the goddamn place.
Yeah, but in the event that I succeed, I don't have to wash a cup.
But then like it's
Maybe
3
you're just
a.m.
more efficient.
It's 3
Yeah.
a.m. I'm shirtless, and then I'm drinking from the milk carton, and like it runs down my body and like drips down my pectorals in the soft glow of the refrigerator light, and I'm like flexing my abs.
We are getting into an
Throwing my
ASMR
head back.
podcast.
Like it's got a certain romanticism to it, does it not?
I personally loved the visual.
Yeah. Yeah, I did too. I saw all of that, and thank you for
Mhm.
that.
You're welcome.
I saw you glistening in the moon's light.
Yeah.
I saw your tattoos shimmering from the milk dripping down them. Oh God,
Jeez.
degeneracy.
Degeneracy. And I did have a specific story that tied into why I wanted to discuss this today.
Okay.
So this past week, I went and saw it's kind of a degenerate movie. I went and saw this movie called No Hard Feelings, which is just a trashy, like, summer rom-com sort of thing. It's like a rated R movie, Jennifer Lawrence, all of
That's
it.
the
Yeah.
one with Katniss. Yeah.
Yeah. It was actually pretty decent.
Yeah.
But that's just because one of my guilty pleasure things is like rom-coms. I love rom-coms. And so
God, okay, I'm hating
Go ahead.
your swallowing now. I'm hating.
You're
it. I
hating
hear
my
it every
swallowing?
time, and it's pissing me off more and more.
I'm so sorry. Dude, it's literally just I'm talking and then I swallow.
Stop swallowing.
There's nothing I can do about it.
Stop swallowing.
I've never heard that one before.
Oh my
yeah.
God.
I know that must seem strange to someone like you, but I want you to not swallow.
Yeah, this is going to be an adjustment for me for sure.
Continue with your story. please.
Anyways, I saw No Hard Feelings at 9 p.m. on a Sunday. And I was like, okay, I turned away. Did you hear my swallow
I
that
heard
time
you
or no?
smack your lips. I didn't hear the swallow.
Okay, good. I'm doing this for you.
Thank you.
So saw it at 9 p.m. on a Sunday. I saw that it was me. I posted up in the back of the theater. Not ideal. Ideally, you'd get in the middle. But there was a couple that had already booked out seats there, right? I was like, okay, it is what it is. Get in the theater, right? And they see me come in. We make eye contact, right? And I post up in the back of the theater. Some other people arrive in the theater, but like it's very few. It's a Sunday night. And we're watching a trailer for The Meg 2. Jason Statham, megalodon sharks coming out from the depths of the ocean. And apparently this got him going. And I look at my phone for a second to text my friend, and I just hear smacking, like violent smacking. I'm like, what the fuck is that? Those fish are really flapping on the commercial.
Okay.
And I look up, they are fully, just going at it in the middle of the theater. Like, well, they're not.
Rattling him.
Like kissing?
No.
or-
Like making out, making out.
Well, to clarify,
Yeah, I mean, you
Sorry.
said going at it. I'm like, geez, what movie theater do you go to?
we are talking about Degeneracy. I do have to make sure that it's clear. They were only making out in front of every single person that was here to watch the movie. You know, it was probably like 5 other people aside from them. And
Also making
they're
out, or just in the theater.
you know, maybe it was just a combined sound. You know, maybe that's what it was.
Somehow you worked your way into an orgy theater.
I worked my way into a swinger party, you know, like at AMC that weekend. That was like the designated, whatchamacallit, like reserved theater for that, you know.
How old were these people?
They were high schoolers.
Okay. Well, obviously that makes sense now.
Yeah, exactly. It makes sense, but
That's what you do, man.
well, okay, but you do that in the back of the theater, not in the middle.
Oh.
Right? And you also make sure that there's no one else in the theater. If you're gonna do that, you gotta do it like with some privacy, right?
PDA.
Yeah, just saying PDA doesn't justify me watching a couple make out for 2 hours.
Oh, it was the whole time.
Arguably. Like I was about to go check on the girl because he was I thought he was choking her out with how far that tongue was down there, man.
Jeez.
Like,
Were you
aggressive.
sitting in the seat like directly behind them?
I was 2 rows behind them.
Oh, okay. So you had a good
I
view.
was in the very back of the theater. And they were just 2 rows in front of me.
I could imagine how distracting that could be.
Well, it was just gross.
Were you alone in the theater? Did you go by yourself?
Hang on, are you trying to spin this on Freedom so lonely that he was upset?
to see other people's affection.
Let me just.
I mean, that's what PDA really is. It's just jealousy.
That's not what I
right?
said. But answer my question: did you go with anyone, or were you there by yourself that day?
Well, I was there by myself, but there were other people in the theater.
Okay. So why did you not just start making your own smacking noises in defiance?
You know, I should have fought fire with fire. I really should have.
Honestly.
Yeah, I should have escalated at that point.
Because what are they gonna do? They're gonna complain. Oh, this guy was like watching us making out and like moaning softly, and like we heard like quick little slapping noises. It was really distracting us from our makeout session publicly.
Oh my god.
I mean, they are high schoolers. You might want to be careful with that one.
Yeah, that's true. I just walk up to him like, hey, can I see some ID?
Yeah.
You know, just to make sure, like, okay, good. And then I return to my seat.
That is the responsible thing to do, yeah.
That would be the response. Don't want to get
That's the adult thing to do, really. Very adult of you. Very adult of you.
Always verify.
So was this is it? That's all that happened? Just
Well, that's what led to, that's what gave the inspiration to Degeneracy today. And I was wondering, you know, like any similar experiences with Degeneracy or experiences that y'all caused that you were like, wow, that was, you just look at yourself and you're just like, you think about it as you go to sleep at night. Like, why would I ever do that?
I don't deal with people a lot in public.
Just end sentence. I don't deal with people. Okay.
Yeah, I really don't.
Yeah, but you notice
Some degenerate shit.
Well, he does, but also I would say you probably notice that stuff better than I would, because I typically just like ignore what's around me. I'm very oblivious.
I think I'm like that too.
You're sitting in your
when
own
I'm
head.
by myself.
Well, maybe think back to when you were at that age. I mean, I know Crow was probably smacking up a movie theater.
I think a lady did yell at me once when I was like a child with a girlfriend.
What for? What were you doing?
I was making out with my girlfriend. I think she said something like, go do that in a car or something.
Well, okay, that's another thing I was going to bring up, was it reminded me of in high school whenever you'd go like down the hallways, you know? And then you'd see people like making out with their significant other while people are like trying to get into their lockers or whatever, or it's underneath a staircase at lunch, you know, and there's always that group all of them like have their significant others and they're just communally making out in the same room, and it's disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
No experiences with that, Enyo? Or...
Drawing a
Wait,
blank
what?
here.
Oh, you know what? I have a story.
Okay.
I have a story. This one
Go
time,
ahead.
this is gonna be some raunchy stuff. I'm gonna cut this.
Oh,
Oh
So
god.
this one time I was
Extended
sleeping
version.
over. I was sleeping over at a guy's place, a friend of mine,
I'm liking this already.
and I was sleeping in the living room, right? And he had been hanging out with a couple friends and this girl he was talking to, and then he goes to sleep with her in his room, and I'm in the living room. And
Mhm.
from my position on the couch, I can hear everything going on in that room. And eventually
Mm.
I hear the girl moaning and like clear, distinct slapping noises.
You
I can
ever-
hear when it starts.
Have you ever
I
gotten
can hear when
into
it
a
ends.
heated game of pattycake? That's
Is
never
that
happened
what was
to you?
happening?
I mean, I
No.
don't know. I don't know who this person was, but
Oh yeah, it sounds like you really don't know who this person was.
no.
This is someone very close to my heart. I'll redact his name for his privacy.
But you
he
got to
knows
give
who
him
he
a
is.
pseudoname. What's
His name was. I'll get. So it rhymes with basin. You know,
You're Mason. I gotcha.
Mason. Yeah, it was Mason. You're right.
Oh. Living in an apartment, you put up with a lot of that stuff. I have
Not
also
the visitors.
okay, with visitors maybe that is pretty degenerate.
Yeah.
But I'd say like I shared walls with other college boys, and then they all had girlfriends, so you'd hear that while you're
I
trying
just
to
love
sleep.
the concept though of it was one day that he was sleeping over. One. And that's the one day. You know? You
Yep.
can't even stop.
He couldn't wait. He could not wait.
Mason couldn't wait. Oh god. Living with people in college too, you know, like you deal with some of that stuff where they're like, hey, I'm gonna need the room, you know. But I wouldn't say that's degenerate. I wouldn't even say like hearing that like through the walls is degenerate, you know, because that's like their living space, you know. It's not like they can control that.
Yeah, Crow, your story's
No.
shit.
No,
Well, listen.
that's a different story because they're not the resident of the place.
Okay, never mind, your story is valid.
Yep.
His story is
Yeah, it is.
very valid.
That wasn't the last time I had to hear that guy. Laying
Oh
pipe,
Mason.
God. Okay,
Yeah,
well,
Mason.
I-
Mason does not give a shit if his friends are sleeping over. When he's ready to go, he's ready to go.
okay,
And from what I can tell, he's pretty good at it. You know.
Oh my God. Oh. Okay,
He
well,
drops it down.
I
He
have
drops it
a story. I have a story of degeneracy.
Yeah,
Is degeneracy are in the way that you're defining it, is degeneracy like just not being courteous to others, sort of?
Well, degeneracy is whatever you would define it as.
Okay,
Like,
because your
there's
first
no-
story, I feel like it's the courteous thing, because they were, you know, PDA, they were making out and they didn't give a shit about the other people and what they were trying to do.
I wouldn't say that's being courteous. That's like, or being not courteous. I would say that that's like just gross to do in front of people.
Which is degenerate. Okay.
Yeah.
So in college, I had a roommate, and his name forever was Roommate. Crow knows him as Roommate.
I remember.
So I don't have to
I remember.
redact his name because I only know his name as Roommate.
Okay.
And
You gonna dox him like that?
Yeah. He got a girlfriend, and we were living in the dorm at the time. And at the time, I was in the process of getting my tattoo done. And I had one piece left, which was the chest piece. And it just so happened that I got it scheduled on my birthday. So that was like, for my birthday, I went and got my tattoo finished.
Yeah.
And so I went and got my tattoo finished. We ended up doing the whole chest piece at once. And when I got back, my roommate never told me any plans or anything about his new girlfriend coming over. And so I got back at the house at like, I think 9 o'clock. And if you've never gotten a tattoo before, sometimes it can feel like a sunburn because your skin is damaged. And with a sunburn, if you get like a really bad sunburn, you can run a fever. That can happen with tattoos as well. So I got home and I wasn't feeling too good. So I think I got some food or something. And then I was like, I'm just going to kind of turn in early. So I went to bed at 9 p.m. It's pretty early. And I wake up at 3 a.m. to the lights turning in. And this man walking in with his girlfriend, who I've never met. Roommate. Yeah, I've never met. I don't know if they met virtually or something, but they would only FaceTime. And they walk in at 3 a.m, turn the lights on, and just like start hanging out. I was so mad.
Yeah.
And so angry that I just got up and I left.
Just no words.
I just
walked
left.
out.
It was 3 a.m. Where am I going to go? I went to the Walmart bakery.
What?
And I found myself some little snacks or something.
You got a croissant?
I came back. I think I got like some little lemon bars and some stuff that was made earlier that day. And
you were so upset at 3 a.m. You're sweating, running a fucking fever, and you get some little Debbie's. Dude, they just thought that you were smoked out, bro.
Probably.
Bro raged so hard. He was pissed. He needed a pastry right then. The only thing that calmed him down.
Look, you don't understand the ways of a fat man, okay? I'm a fat man at heart.
Bro, they just thought you were fucking... They thought you were fucking baked going into the bakery section, bro.
Probably.
Like, they did...
I mean, I was like shirtless and wrapped up from when you get tattooed and like all bloody kind of underneath the wrap. So like he knew what happened, that I got my tattoo finished, but I came back and I watched some Supernatural and fell back asleep. But I was so mad. Just the inconvenience not to tell me. And then later with that same girl, I think she stayed maybe for a couple days, and I walked in on him one time.
Oh.
That was awkward.
There was going back to sort of the like, college, like, sometimes you got to leave the room and stuff like that, but they're like usually respectable sometimes, or like with my experience, my roommates were like fairly respectable with that, there were times with one of my roommates where his girlfriend would come into town, right? And, it was just sort of the thing. They were being like all lovey-dovey in like his bed and shit like that. And like there's no like privacy or anything, because I've explained to y'all what my dorm room was, right? It was a 20 by 25 foot completely open space, no sinks, no nothing like that, right? And it was just all of us 4 dudes in one room for the entirety
mine was 2
the academic year.
It was just a bed and then a sink.
So me and a few of my friends went together to college. And then we did get like that random 4th roommate he's great. He's awesome.
Okay.
We love him even still to this day, and we all still like talk somewhat. But yeah, there was one time where his girlfriend came over and they were chilling on the bed, you could tell there was some like light petting going on, underneath the sheets. So we all sort of like went around and we were like, yeah, we're getting the fuck out of here, right? It's just like, you could tell that they wanted the room, but they didn't want to ask, So we're like, hey man, we're going to go to Whataburger, and he's like, all right, I'll catch y'all later. And then one of my friends, he, sorry, I just realized I completely smacked through that.
That was a very audible swallow.
Thank you. And so he leaves his wallet like right before the door shuts. He's like, oh, I gotta go grab that real quick. So he walks back in and he he grabs it and he goes, "All right, see ya." And then immediately he looks over and they're already fully fucking mounted.
Oh Jesus.
Like within 20 seconds. Not even 20 seconds. Probably less than 10 seconds.
It sounds
know?
like y'all got out at the right time. And he
Well, it
made a
sounds like we
mistake.
cut it pretty close.
You did, yeah. Shit was
Yeah.
about to go down.
Literally. So, yeah, like, I feel like as long as it's respectable, though, like we were saying earlier, it's not degenerate, but in your case, it was definitely uncalled for. Like, that's more definitely inconvenience and rude.
I would have been okay with it. It just was the fact that I was like I had a fever, and I was like not feeling good, and then I just get woken up by a bright light. I mean, it's like when your mom wakes you up to go to school in the morning, you're just like, God, why do you have to turn the light on?
It was just, they couldn't have waited a day, You were over, you were having like, visiting.
Yeah.
Couldn't have waited.
I have another degenerate story. I'm the degenerate in this one. Same roommate, same dorm. This was my first time going out drinking.
Okay.
And I had fun. It was a good time.
Hell yeah, you did.
Yeah, I will never drink Jack Daniels ever again. Straight.
I have not had an experience yet that turns me off of a type of alcohol. And I've gotten
Just wait.
I mean,
just wait.
Yeah.
I feel like it's literally just getting sick off something, and then every time you smell it, you feel sick.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got pretty drunk, and I came back and I threw up, or I like went to bed, room was spinning. I woke up in the middle of the night, turned, and I grabbed the closest thing next to me, which was a Walmart bag from one of my Walmart trips. This was a regular thing. And I threw up in the bag, and then I rolled over and went
the
back
little
to sleep.
Debbie's.
Yes. I rolled over and I went back to sleep.
Jeez.
And that next morning, I woke up and there was a hole in the bottom of the bag.
Oh no.
And my roommate was so he moved in first, and he was very insistent that he had this rug that went across both of our, like on both of our sides. And so throw up was all over the rug. And yeah, I felt terrible, but at the same time,
dude.
I was just like, well, you shouldn't have had a rug on my side.
So from his perspective, equally, he probably tells stories about that fucking roommate,
Probably.
that puked on your rug. His aunt gave it to him before she died, and you puked on the only remaining memory that he has of her.
I mean, I hope
God.
it wasn't a family heirloom. It looked like just some cheap Target rug or something, but
Damn, bro.
I would say that's
So,
pretty
yeah.
degenerate.
That is pretty fucking degenerate.
Turning over and throwing up. Yeah. And what did I do first? I was hungover, so I went and got a cane sandwich.
Hell yeah, you did. Okay, best drunk food, though, is Mexican food.
Really? Mexican food?
100%.
I always go for greasy stuff, but I guess Mexican food is pretty greasy.
Like, you go to, like, your local, like, not like Torchy's and stuff like that. You go to your local, like, breakfast burrito place, kind of, like, maybe a little trashy, and you get, like, a little bacon, egg, and cheese, or you get, like, a chorizo egg and cheese.
No, I agree with you 100%.
Yeah.
Or just, like, a taco truck tacos.
Yeah.
Those are killer.
Because that egg soaks up that alcohol, and then you get that like high sodium. You get a little rice, Perfect.
I just had to kill a bug in my bathroom.
I'm shocked that you made it out unscathed.
It's pretty degenerate of you.
It was one of those, I don't know what they're called. I think it was some variant of a centipede or millipede.
How many?
Oh God, fucking kill it.
How many legs?
Yeah.
I didn't count, but there were
Because
a
it's
lot.
in the name. Centis,
And
100, millis, 1,000.
I feel like it could have had 100, but it was. This one was smaller. I killed 2 in my ground floor the other day. I don't really like the fact that they're appearing more. I hate the summer.
You got to get one of those Home Depot like sound things.
Sound things.
Yeah, have you never seen those?
No.
I've never seen those.
So at my like family house, like where my parents are, we have this little sound device that just lives in our kitchen, and it projects a sound at a certain frequency that makes it to where like certain bugs, like spiders or like roaches wouldn't show up and stuff like that. For our purposes, we had like mice and snakes
Oh.
clicked on that. Like you can pick up a little thing that projects a certain sound that'll get away the bugs or animals that you're having problems with.
Well,
Huh.
that's fun.
I'm not sure how that works with bugs, but I don't know very much about that, so.
I don't know. I just know we always had it. We never had a problem.
Pro, any more degeneracy?
Uh,
To catch you
No.
up, I threw up on roommate's rug.
oh, I heard the whole thing.
Okay.
No, I kept my headphones on.
Okay.
Wait, you kept your headphones on? Whoa!
Yep, kept them on.
Took a little group poop.
Yeah. Okay.
That's-
You're a degenerate for that.
That's a
What?
phrase.
Don't you dare ever say that again.
Okay, I have never participated, but my friends have consistently invited.
Interesting.
Whenever, well, that's like a public school thing, you know, like you
No,
go
it's
to
not. No, it's not.
it's a
You
public
need to
school
back
thing.
that up. No.
It's 100%. No. Let me explain. You and your homies are in class, right? You're
Uh-huh.
chilling. Nothing is going on. You're bored as shit,
Uh-huh.
right? And then your friend just goes, "You wanna just like take a walk, you know?"
Uh-huh.
And then just like sometimes like the vibes are there, and you're like, "Yeah, let's just go walk around the building. Let's just go walk around the campus, you know?" So you go, and then he's just like, "Man, I really got to take a shit before we get back to class." And he's like, "You too?" I was just like, "I mean, I guess we're doing this, you know?" And then you get in the stalls beside each other and you just have a little conversation.
I feel like you were a lot closer to your college buddies than I was.
Damn. Well, no, this was high school even still.
Okay.
And I mean, we did go to college. These were the friends that I did end up like going to tech with. But yeah. Well, I mean, you were in sports, weren't you?
Yes, I was. Yes.
So you
He was
saw
a
their
sports
dicks.
Yeah.
well, hold on now.
Look, if you want to talk about football
I've seen
was
his dick.
very traumatizing for me.
Football was it was traumatizing to see
Yes.
that?
Not to see it. It was the whole teabagging nature.
To compare.
No.
Oh,
no, the
you were getting
teabagging nature.
teabagged?
Yes. I don't know why that's a thing, but I mean, if that ever reoccurred, I'm telling you right now, I am murdering
God.
him. If I ever
Oh,
see
you got
him
a
again,
specific person in mind.
I can't even think of who it was. I just remember, I don't know why that occurred, but I was sitting down taking my shoes off, and somebody just teabagged me.
Just dipped it.
Just dick on forehead.
Well, no, he had pants or underwear on, but still,
Well, still, yeah.
it's terrible.
That's still not
It wasn't
good.
consented. I did not
See,
consent.
That's another thing. Is like that's like fairly degenerate. That's generally accepted and well, not accepted as much anymore, but used to be was hazing.
Oh, that's
right?
over now. You cannot
Mhm.
do that. I think
I
it
mean-
still happens to a certain extent.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's. I mean, maybe it's still there, but
It fully still happens. I mean, from someone who's like graduated from college recently, it still happens.
were you in a frat, bro?
No. I was not in a frat at all. Dude, you know me. I would not have survived.
I didn't get hazed. I did have to deal with. I had a roommate who was from Turkey, and he really wanted to make friends so bad that he would hang out with all the frat guys, but he was hanging out with
Mhm.
like religious frats that had
Oh.
a side mission to like they were like missionaries for the college.
Mm-hmm.
And he put himself in some really dangerous situations. Like he was like,
Really?
oh yeah, they just kind of, because he didn't have a car, and you know I'd help him out every now and then. But he was like, oh yeah, they just gave me a ride one day, and then I couldn't leave until I renounced my faith. And I was like,
Jesus.
that's not normal. That's
fuck?
not okay. What are
They
you
had
doing?
to convert him.
Yes, he could. They would not let him leave the house, and he was like, "Oh no, it's fun though. We drank. It was so much fun."
Oh,
It's
you
like,
drank. Oh, of
it's like,
course. That makes it better.
like, man, this is not America. You're in trouble. Please don't do that
Well,
again.
that actually sounds very American.
He was so innocent too. Like he would always want to talk because he said it helped with his English.
Mm-hmm.
Was just sort of, and it was kind of funny. He was the only one who would use the actual like middle area, like the
Mhm.
common area. So he'd always have like Friends on or something. He'd watch all the old sort of shows to better his English.
I feel like I need to start doing stuff like that. I'm trying to learn French right now.
Why?
Best way is to be sort of encapsulated in it. Like,
Live in
That's what I'm
France.
saying.
yeah.
Well, like
You work remote.
so it is. I actually have looked into because I've thought about like moving across, you know, just like internationally. Because like you're saying, I work remote. You
Mhm.
know, I don't
Mhm.
got anything aside from like the love of my family tying me here. You know.
For sure.
Yeah, for sure. I got to go back so I can get the Netflix password
Yeah.
resumed,
Gotta get
so that
that
way I can
Flix.
watch the new Netflix doc.
You got to bring
But-
your console over there just so you can log in so then Netflix will forget.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, I was curious about that. Could you use the IP address thing where you can like switch your IP address and just log into like your
Like
parents?
NordVPN?
Yeah. Look, we're not sponsored, but if you want to, sure.
I'd say no. I think that,
I wish it could work that way.
well, because it's also devices, right?
Yeah.
It's not just being in the house anymore. It's like for a certain amount of devices you can have that, or is that just like Amazon and Hulu?
I think for Netflix it has to be on the same IP address. I think that's how
Okay.
they catch you.
That is all the time we have for today. It's now time for me as the host to figure out who's going to host the next podcast. And I thought that we'd continue the trend of doing a little game
Okay.
at the end of it, right?
I like these.
I planned
My number is
on
5.
the number. Well, is that your first guess? Do you want to keep with that guess?
No, wait.
Wait a second. Now he's the
6.
master.
It's 6. No, but
Okay, so what we're gonna do is it's based a little bit on the theme of degeneracy in different ways, right? And so what we're gonna play is 2 truths and a lie.
Oh God.
Oh.
Oh, this is gonna be
So
fun.
you guys will have the responsibility of choosing which is the lie. You can choose different things. That's kind of the point, actually. And you will also have to deem which is the truth.
Okay.
I will say 3 statements of things that I have done / will do, and you will have to determine which is true and which is false. Right? Okay. So
How many
the
rounds?
First, this is just one round.
Wait, one round to win it, or are we doing multiple?
One round to
rounds?
win it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
One
okay.
ring to rule them all.
What if?
Yeah.
What if it's a tie? Would we do a tie?
Well, I would hope that you guys wouldn't just guess the same thing.
We
Well,
might.
yeah, but we could. It's
If we
well.
okay, how about this? If it's a tie, we'll go to a classic tiebreaker, the guess the number challenge.
Okay.
Guess the number game.
Okay.
We'll go to a classic. All right. The first statement. When I was in high school, my friends and I would, in between breaks for band practice, go to the assorted sports teams' locker rooms and try on their outfits.
So many words to remember, but okay.
Okay.
That's
Do
one.
we give you our answers now, or
No, we how do we do it now? Do you understand how the game works?
no?
He has 2 more, Enyo.
multiple statements.
Okay.
That was 1 sentence.
The lie was I was in high school. Okay. Okay. So the first statement was that my
You would
friends and
try on their
I would
outfits
go
and
try
people
on
from-
assorted sports teams' outfits during band practice. The second statement, I went to a Taylor Swift concert this past year, and I've grown to like her music so much that I bought a ticket to go see her live in Paris.
Okay.
Valid.
And then
Third
the
one.
third statement. Give me a second. I forgot it. Okay.
He's
give me
making it up.
just one
This is a
second.
lie. This is a lie right here.
Give me just 1 second. Okay.
He's coming
Here's
up with
what
a
it
huge
was.
lie right now.
Here's what it was. I consistently for my last year of college, every single time I was about to leave the house to go to class or like present and things like that, I would have to throw up every single time before going out.
So number one was that you and your bandmates tried on the Hot Boys outfits. Second one was that you bought a ticket to go to Taylor Swift. Third one was that you throw up.
That
Before
I
presentations.
chronically vomited for my last year of
vomited.
college and had to hide it from people.
Okay, that's cap. The last one is cap for sure, 100% locked in.
Okay. I think the first one's false.
You think the first one's false?
Willing to believe, well, the first two, third one's false.
So provide reasonings.
My reasoning is solely based on the fact that you had to scramble to make that last one up because you didn't have one. And I know you. I don't think you have any problem speaking in public. I genuinely do not.
Okay, I think that one's
I don't think you're proud
true
of it.
because he said he hates talking to people because of the discount tire story.
Yeah, but
the middle one seems outlandish as hell that you're going to Paris to see her. But I don't know, it's just so outlandish, and you did make a statement about T Swift, so maybe that one is true. And then the first one, I was just like, maybe that was a gimme, and you were trying to trip us up by making something sound true.
So you're saying that I tried to hit it at the beginning, so that way I could get like the rest out of the way.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. Okay, fair enough. And then your sole reasoning is because I stumbled almost 11 o'clock at night. I haven't eaten in 48 hours. So I stumbled over my words a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's fair enough because, Crow, you are absolutely correct. I would only do it sometimes whenever I had to. It is a partially true story. It's just that the frequency was not. So the story that I was leaning on with that was that before going on stage to present this big presentation as a part of like the club that I was in, the like group that I was in at my college, right? Mm-hmm. And this was like a competition where there was 3 rounds of competition. We had traveled to Nashville to be able to present at this conference to compete in the finals, right? It started out as 107 schools, narrowed all the way down to like 10, right? And we were trying to like fight our way past where we ranked in the previous round, you know? So a lot of pressure. And whatchamacallit, right before we were about to present on stage, I'm standing up there. We're waiting for the judges to get sat down. And I fucking hurl in my mouth on stage and swallow it.
Ew.
Yeah. So that is that story. I don't know why I went into it, but I did. And Crow is the winner of this week's podcast. So how you feeling?
I'm thinking through now, and I'm not sure I wanted to win, but I accept this responsibility.
Okay.
He did lead this off with, yeah, I didn't want to win last week.
It's more stressful being the host.
It is. Was that an overshare? I feel like that might have been an overshare. Because the vibes just completely changed, y'all.
I feel like we just pity you now. That was very sad.
I threw up in my mouth a little bit.
I thought that was just like a funny, gross story.
I think I'm upset that I didn't get to do the number challenge.
Well, we could go into it.
No. Well.
No.
Bro?
Go into what? Oh, the number challenge?
So what would it get?
For double or nothing?
For double or nothing?
It's
so
what
would double or nothing get
if
you?
I win again, you both Venmo me $5.
Venmo
well, hold on. Why would I have to Venmo you?
I don't know, because...
That's fair.
No, it's not.
I'll tell you what.
No,
I'll tell you what.
This guy's a finance bro. He knows what he's talking about. Trust me, listen to him. He thinks it's fair.
You know what? Freedom will Venmo you 10.
Okay.
Venmo you 0. If you win?
How about this? Wait, why am I giving something up? I was about to say a statement. Why am I the one giving something up here? It has to be Enyo.
Because you're host.
Yeah.
It's host's responsibility, I think, right?
Not to compensate the talent. Okay, Enyo, what are you willing to risk up to throw up?
If you win again, we can make Hudson host again.
Why the fuck am I in the bet?
Is that something?
You're an easy target. I don't know.
It has to be something you're giving up, Enyo.
Yeah, I'm
What
giving up
value are
host.
you to? What value are you to me other than money? I don't.
We could double
I don't
host.
understand
Okay,
it.
how about this? If Crow wins, then Enyo has to do 2 Elden Ring streams.
Ooh, I like that actually.
He has to do 2 Elden Ring
God.
streams. And if Enyo wins, then he gets host.
Okay.
I am so down.
Okay. So,
That means I have to beat Godric.
Yeah, you do.
God, okay.
I love
Alright,
this.
well-
I don't lose either way.
Okay. All right.
all right. So, gonna pick a number between 1 and 10. Same rules as last week, right?
Uh-huh.
You will get 2 opportunities to change your guess ahead of time.
Okay.
All right. I have here. Would you like me to write down my
1
number?
and 10 options.
1 and 10 are options.
Okay.
They are.
Okay. I've got my number.
Okay.
Since you're fighting to stay in it, Enyo, we'll go with you first.
7.
What's your? Okay.
I'm gonna pick 7.
Uh-huh. That's why.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
I pick 6.
Oh, you mother.
Yeah. It's probably 6.
All right. Would anybody like to change their guess?
I mean, according to tradition, he should have the first chance because his turn.
That's true. Enyo, would you like to change?
3.
Ooh. Okay.
I gotta spice it up.
We're going lower.
I'm either really wrong or really right. I swear to God, if you go 4, I'm gonna hurt
Crow, would you like to change your guess?
7.
you. You know something I don't.
Enyo,
Uh-huh.
we'll offer it one final time. Would you like to change your guess?
6.
Crow, back to you,
I-
buddy.
I'm gonna keep 7. This is what I originally wanted.
When I went into the number that I should pick for this guess,
Uh-huh.
I thought a lot about my history. I thought about last week.
Uh-huh.
I thought about, the number that I won with last week.
Oh my God.
But then
that's
I
fine.
remembered-
He's making it up. He's making it up right
That's
now.
fine.
But then I remembered
Wait, what?
my love for the one and only, since the day one, Master Chief. It was number 7.
No.
And you had the right answer. And he switched off.
No.
That makes Crow
Wow.
the second winner of the day. And that makes it to where Enyo has to do 2 Elden Ring streams.
God. Okay.
Foul tarnished.
Do you want me to fight him again, or do you want me to beat him?
I want you to
off-screen?
throw your ass at him. I
No,
want you
don't
to.
beat him off stream.
I need to see this, Enyo. I
Okay.
need to see you work. I need
Okay.
to see you bleed.
Okay. It's gonna take me like 2 streams to beat him.
Well, that's why we said 2,
that's what
buddy.
we got, baby. That's what we got.
All right.
Got a lot of time.
All right. I got it. Y'all want another
Well-
rage comp? Because you're gonna get it.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, we do.
I'm in a room now, so
Well-
I can really scream.
Speaking of stream, Enyo, are there things you would like to plug? Maybe pointing us in the direction to where we can find those later this week.
So yeah, to catch stream, I guess maybe this weekend, or maybe later in the week.
It would have to be after this podcast comes out, so they know the bet.
Oh, okay. Well, that gives me time to prepare. I'm going to be doing some finger exercises.
Oh, okay.
Or some Elden Ring.
We going back to Mason era? Like,
No. I'll quickly give another shout out to our amazing artist, Queenie K. She's on YouTube. She's on
Yes.
Instagram. Go follow her. She makes content. And
Amazing
of course, this podcast is on my YouTube channel. I am still. Right now, you can only get it on YouTube, but I am thinking about putting it on other services, but we'll see.
all right. Well, Crow, anything similar there? Any post-game thoughts either?
I'm glad with the result. I do have to host still, but I'm looking forward to spamming nonsense in chat as Enyo gets madder and madder.
Love to see it. Well,
Looking forward.
then that is it for this week's episode. Follow the podcast on YouTube by subscribing to Enyo Hawk's YouTube channel. And as always, this podcast has been forgettable.